Yes, this is Jareel, AFK Jehuti. I'd like to go over the card playing game. First, let's just go ahead and start with the four letters or the four words of spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds. They both have an S at the end, so let's go ahead and continue. Spades has 6 letters. Hearts has 6 letters. Clubs has 5 letters. Diamonds have 8 letters. The sum of 6 and 6 equals 12. The 12th letter of the alphabet is L. 1 and 2 equal 3, or C as in the 3rd letter of the alphabet. Now let's look at clubs. We have 5 and 8. 5 and 8 equal 13, or the letter M, which is the 13th letter of the alphabet. Or number 4, because 1 and 3 equals 4, which is D. Let's go to the next step. 12 and 13 equal 25. 2 and 5 equals 7. The 7th letter of the alphabet is G. This is why you love playing cards, because if I reverse 25, I get the number of 52. Because there's 52 cards in the deck. Okay? So now, let's go to the next step. Since we have 12 and L, which means light, and we have 13, which M is man, what do you think cards are doing? Cards are lighting the man. They are giving you what? A mind, a mindset, an image to play a game. What kind of game? A game of who God is. The divinity or divine Christ is God. In other words, the divine Christ is your consciousness. So, the 4 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 plus 25 will equal 29. 4 plus 25 equals 29. 2 and 9 will be 2 plus 9, which equals 11, and the value of 11 is God. So again, by playing the card game, we're trying to figure out who God is. You have hearts and you have clubs. Hearts and clubs are black. Hearts and diamonds are red. You have black and red. Who's red-skinned? Who's black-skinned? So again, you can see the card being played. If I were to sum up the spades of 6 and the clubs of 5, I get a number 11. So again, 6 and 5 is 11. So clubs, meaning 11, is real God. Who is the 14 missing pieces? That would be 6 and 8. 6 and 8 is 14. That will be the heart and the diamond. In other words, the soul and the mind that is missing within this game. Let's go to the next step. Now let's look at the value of the king. The king equals 13 in a card game, because that's the 13th card. 1 and 3 equal 4, because there's 4 decks. Why are there 4 decks? Because decks means dicks. So they're trying to make a dick out of the king. The 13th letter of the alphabet is M, because king is man and man is king. He has 4 dicks. Decks. Now, the number 4, which is D again, because this man has no mind. Let's go to the next step. Since there's 52 cards in the deck, since there's 42 cards, 5 and 2 equals 7, and 4 times 7 equals 28. The reason why this is because the number 28 equals 10. 2 and 8 is 10. The letter of the 10th letter of the alphabet is J. They're trying to jack you in your mind. Now, since we have the value of 4 decks times 7, which is 28, if I were to sum up the values of 1 through 7, I get the number of 28. If I were to go ahead and look at the numbers and divide it by the number of 28, I would have the number of 7. So let's take a look at this. So 4 numbers 7 times I have, and I group my numbers, I would have a value of 7. First group is 1, second group is 2, third group, fourth group, fifth group, sixth group, seventh group. Now, let's look at the value of the cards now. I have 13 cards in my hand. I have an ace, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's bring it over here. Okay, so we can bring all these down here so that way we can look at the values. Okay? And you'll see why I'm organizing these numbers here in this order. We have 13 cards. Remember, the king is the 13th card because M is the 13th letter. Now, we have ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have a queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, and 7 with the king as 13 because that's the letter M because the king is male. So since we have the number of 13, an ace is 1 and a queen is 12. So 1 and 12 is 13. 2 and 11 is 13. 3 and 10 is 13. 4 and 9 is 13. 7 and 8 is 13. And 6 and 7 is 13. Now that we have these sums, let's look at the card in groups. So remember, we're dealing with the number 7. So if we group this, we have the first group, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. What did God do? God is G. So this will be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Because God rested on the 7th day and He's king. Now, let's go back over here to A and Q. A and Q, the reason why A and Q here is because the alpha is really the queen. Jesus' body, because 2 is B. This is Jesus' body. 3, which is the Christ, which is consciousness, and 10 basically is the letter J in the 10th alphabet. So now we got JC. So 13 or 3 and 10 is JC, or Jesus Christ. So again, this is playing a mind game on you. 4 and 9, which is D and I, because the 9th letter of the alphabet is I, and the J here. Okay? So now we got DI or ID. Whose ID? Your ID. Your I and your D. Your mind. Because the number 4 is the earth. Your mind is connected to the earth, so therefore you're trying to figure out who you are by playing the card game. 5 and 8, because 5 is E and H is E. So we got he. He is 13, which is king. 7 and 6, because 6 is also F and G is 7, because they're trying to make a faggot out of you. A faggot forgets, because he's 13. Let's go to the next step. So here we have in our deck, we have a total of seven groups. Let's look at the clubs. We have 3 circles and a line at the bottom. So that's our club. Let's sorry about that, everybody. So let's take a look at this one more time and find out and see what they're trying to do here. They say that God is good, right? Let's find out and see how God is. So God is good. The reason why God is good is because he has a club. Let's find out and see if he'd be clubbing. And yes, he is clubbing, because we got 3 circles, a club. So, by having 3 circles, you have a pyramid. And since you have a pyramid, you also have the value of 3. Because the 3 letters of God is 3. Because he's good. Because 3 is triune. Or Trinity. Okay? So now, why is the clubs, again, why does the clubs have 3 circles? Because the club is the nigga, or the naga. He is the triune. His club is where? His mind. We go to the club. We go into the building. Guess what? Your club is your mind. So if you don't know, you're being clubbed. You're being knocked out. Let's look at the spade. Who is the spade? Let's take a look at the spade. We have a spade. That's not a spade. With a line in the middle. If we turn this upside down and take that line out, we have a heart. A spade is an upside down heart with a line in the middle. In other words, you're being dicked. This is why the heart is black, or the spade is black. The reason why the spade is black is because he's dicking you, and he wants to dick your queen. The heart, however, has no line, because he wants you to follow him. Because he's telling you that red means love, which is not. If I flip that heart upside down, again, if I flip that heart like this and I put a line in it, I have a spade. But when I flip it upside down, I'm looking at a different image. Let's take a look at this now. Let's look at the heart. The heart is shaped like what? A pyramid. And if I have a spade, I have an upside down pyramid. So let's combine the two pyramids together. Or the two hearts. We get a value of 6. Value of 6 equals F. Because he's fucking you. Yes. He's trying to figure you out. In which he can't. But again, we have upper and we have lower. We have in, we have out. We have inside and we have outside. We have heaven, we have hell. We have the universe, we have the earth. So again, by looking at this, the card game is being played on you. Because heaven is also hell. The reason why that is because heaven is the universe, and the universe in itself is also here on earth, which is your mind. So if we're not using our mind, then we're in hell. Because we are thinking low energy, mindless. But if we connect back with nature, we can ascend to go up in our mind to reach the heavens. Let's take a look at one more thing. So by looking at our card game, again, we have the value of how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 6 and 1 is 13. So if I divide these, I get the value of 7. If I combine these together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, if I add 7 all the way across, I get the number 10. Because 28, 2 plus 8 equals 10. 10 means completion. So this is why you play the game, to try to complete the game. Have a good one. This is Real.